In the previous video, you saw that we defined a state variable using mutable state of, and the value that it returned was in fact mutable state. Therefore, each time we needed to access the value of this state, we needed to call count.value. And each time we needed to set a new value to that variable, we needed to call count.value equals new value. For example, you can see that for the outlined text field, we used count.value as the value to be displayed here in the text field, and whenever we wanted to update it, again we called count.value. But you can imagine that this makes a little bit inconvenient to use. This makes the state variable a little bit inconvenient to use because you might expect that count is an integer while it is not really, because it is a state and you need to call count.value. But what if there's a mechanism that allows you to use a state variable as the value, so that you can use count as count.value? Fortunately, Kotlin has a mechanism called Delegates that allows you to do exactly that, to use count as count.value, as its value. In order to use delegate, we need to replace the assignment operator with the by keyword. And also we need to import two functions in the list of our imports in order to be able to use delegates. These two functions are getValue and setValue. Import androidx.compose.runtime getValue, and I duplicate the line and change getValue to setValue. These two functions are the functions that we need to import in order to activate delegates. You see, the error message is gone. You can also check out the documentation for getValue and setValue to see how they are defined by pressing on them. They are inline functions that allow you to update your state value. Okay. Once we defined our state as delegate, we can simply remove the value part and use count as its value, as an integer. So I remove all the dot value parts and simply use count itself. Alright, we replaced all count.value usages with count, and you see that it really simplified our code. And from now on, you can just use the state by mentioning count itself, and count is just an integer now. It's not a state anymore. So let's run our application to see if it made any differences in the functionality of our application. We expect to see no differences. Alright, our application is running. Let's test the functionality increase. Great, it is working just as before. Great. So you see that using delegates just made defining states easier for us and more convenient. So that's it, basically how you define a state by using delegates in Jetpack Compose. And with that, I wrap up this video.